Good evening. Coming up tonight,
Cyber Week doorbusters led to broken records again.
the South Carolina Gamecocks take the state after a big win last weekend.
And later, some local events to get you in the holiday spirit.
But first, Caiden Dinkins is in the studio here with us now. Caiden, what weather can we expect to see this weekend?
As far as the weekend, we're looking so good, but today that cooler weather settled in just a little bit as a cold front passed through. And today is actually the first official day of meteorological winter, but it's not going to look that way for us too long in Columbia, South Carolina. I'll have more details on that forecast coming up tonight on SGTV Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Riley Hackett.
And I'm Caroline Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Shoppers hit the racks this Thanksgiving weekend after 2 holiday seasons of coronavirus restrictions. And this year's Cyber Week sales broke a few records. Cyber Week is the period including Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the first few days back at work when people continue to shop online.
Black Friday ended up bigger than experts expected, with 196.7 million consumers shopping over the holiday weekend, up 17% from last year's holiday season. Shoppers spent a record $9.1 billion this year on their holiday shopping, according to Adobe Analytics.
Electronics were a major seller, up 221% from last month, as well as toys and exercise equipment, up 285% and 218% respectively. Cyber Monday pulled in $11.3 billion in sales, according to Adobe. Shoppers were spending at the rate of $12.8 million per minute at the height of Cyber Monday.
Walmart was the most popular shopping destination, with its online searches up 386% from last year. As for other competitors, buy now, pay later companies were right behind. Target, Kohl's, and Amazon were also popular online shopping destinations.
The entirety of this year's Cyber Week raked in about $34.3 billion in online sales. Business experts expect increased shopping activity to continue through the end of the year.
House Democrats selected a new round of leaders Wednesday. Representative Hakeem Jeffries will be replacing Nancy Pelosi as House Democratic leader.
Jeffries will be the first Black American to head a major political party in Congress. House Democrats voted unanimously in his favor.
Jeffries acknowledged his election's historical nature, saying, quote, "I stand on the shoulders of Shirley Chisholm and others." Chisholm is a former representative from his district and was the first Black woman to be elected to Congress.
Massachusetts Representative Katherine Clark will be stepping into the role of whip. This is the head vote counter for House Democrats. Current whip, South Carolina's James Clyburn, will remain in House leadership as Assistant Democratic Leader. California Representative Pete Aguilar will serve as chairman of the party caucus.
This means he'll lead Democratic caucus meetings where party members discuss policies and issues weekly. Jeffries' election made history, but House Democrats' decision to choose Jeffries, Clark, and Aguilar for these 3 roles was also historical.
For the first time ever, the trio leading a major Democratic party in Congress won't include any white men. They are all also younger than the current House Democratic leaders, indicating a new generation of leadership for House Dems.
As of November 12th, Twitter users are no longer able to purchase blue check marks, but not before several companies experienced significant losses due to impersonators.
Shortly after the $44 billion deal with Elon Musk closed, Twitter launched this paid verification system on November 9th called Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue gave paying users a verification check mark on their usernames. This opened the door for a wave of celebrities and big business impersonators.
On November 10th, one impersonator of Eli Lilly, a pharmaceutical giant, tweeted, quote, "We are excited to announce insulin is free now," end quote. Eli Lilly experienced a 4.5% loss, and their shares plunged about $22 billion.
Eli Lilly was also forced to respond with an apology tweet of their own, saying, quote, "We apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Lilly account," end quote. Other companies such as Lockheed Martin, PepsiCo, and even SpaceX have experienced hoaxers and market losses. Lockheed Martin dropped 5.5% in one day.
Most impersonators were removed, but several stayed up for a few hours, which gave time for their tweets to gain millions of views and interactions. Amidst all these hoaxers, Musk tweeted, quote, "Impersonating people is not okay," end quote.
Twitter initially began verifying accounts in 2009 due to the number of parody accounts, and users needed a way to know which accounts were legitimate.
In the future, users will not be able to pay $7.99 for a blue check mark. Musk continues to tweet that Twitter users are logging on at all-time highs. Chick-fil-A announced Monday it's putting a supply facility in West Columbia. The popular fast food company invested $80 million for the development and launch of the facility.
Now, this won't be a Chick-fil-A location with sandwiches or nuggets. It'll be a warehouse that distributes supplies to Chick-fil-A restaurants in the area. To achieve this, Chick-fil-A says it will hire over 150 workers in the Midlands.
Workers will address distribution issues, working on delivery strategies to meet customers' needs, according to the company. Lexington County Council Chairman Scott Whetstone welcomed Chick-fil-A Supply to the area.
Whetstone said, quote, "We are very excited Chick-fil-A Supply chose to have their newest distribution site established here, which will create 165 quality jobs for our residents," end quote. The facility will be up and running by 2024. Now, anything that creates jobs in the community is good to me, but I also love Chick-fil-A.
I'm with you. Yeah, creating jobs is always wonderful, and having Chick-fil-A a little closer to home definitely makes me happy.
You're right. Coming up after the break, the latest in Gamecock sports. Stay close.
SGTV News 4 sports reporter Michael Herring has the scoop. What have you got for us, Michael?
As of last week, our South Carolina Gamecocks have beaten two top 10 teams back-to-back with two historical wins against Tennessee and Clemson. Last week was a rival game between South Carolina and Clemson. The Gamecocks dialed up the offense and defense to get the win over Clemson. The Gamecocks defeated Clemson with a final score 31-30. The Gamecocks ended Clemson's 7-game winning streak as well as their 40-game home streak they've held since 2016. Our record for the regular football season is 8-4. The Gamecocks find out their bowl destination and opponent on Sunday. Our women's basketball team winning streak continues. The Gamecocks defeated UCLA this past Tuesday with a final score of 73-64. The Gamecocks turned up the heat late in the fourth quarter against UCLA. The Gamecocks will take on Memphis this Saturday at 3 p.m. at Colonial Life. You can watch the game on ESPN. That's the sports news for this week. For SGTV News 4 Sports, I am Michael Herring. Back to you, Riley.
Thanks, Michael. Coming up after the break, News 4 entertainment reporter Erin Smith will lay down the talk of the town. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Joining me now is entertainment reporter Erin Smith to fill us in on what's happening in Columbia this weekend. What do you have for us, Erin?
Columbia Children's Theater Mainstage Company is bringing the classic tale of A Christmas Carol to life at the Harbison Theater. This performance is adapted from Charles Dickens's most famous story with comedy and quirkiness of a CCT production. You can catch the show on December 3rd at either 2 or 6 p.m. Admission is $15. What a wonderful story to be coming to our area.
That sounds awesome, and what a great way to hype up the holiday spirit.
Ready to get even more into the holiday spirit? From now until the end of December, you can stop by the Fireflies Holiday Lights at Segra Park. This light show will have over 1 million LED lights and 10 themed areas. Holiday shopping, kids' crafts and activities, and incredible holiday food and drinks will take place. Admission is $9 for children and $12 for adults during the week, and $11 for children and $14 for adults on the weekends. Tickets can be purchased at firefliestickets.com.
Well, that sounds so fun. I love Christmas lights. The decorations are my favorite part of the holidays.
It'll definitely be an awesome show.
That's all your entertainment news for tonight. Coming up after the break, Caiden Dinkins will let you know if this cold weather sticks around. We'll be right back.
That colder weather was seen all across the state as a cold front passed through earlier this week. Those temperatures were looking in the high 50s around the whole entire state, 56 in Columbia, and relatives around that temperature as well. Getting a little bit warmer in Greenville at 58 degrees as that warmer air comes in as another cold front is coming in towards this weekend. Now looking at right now here in Columbia, South Carolina, it is 45 degrees. That dew point is 28. We get quite close to that and we'll be waking up close to freezing into tomorrow morning. So you could see some frost and some ice on your cars. That wind is going north at 2 miles an hour and that humidity is 55%. Just a slight chill. It is cool and calm outside. Let's take a look at what that cold air is going to look like for us coming up later this week. Now, if we look right here, right now, that cold air is still lagging with us, but then we're going to have another cold front behind this cold air right here coming down and pushing in more cold air, which is going to lead us to what this week looks like. So if tomorrow on Friday, the high is 59 with a low of 30. It is partly cloudy. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high of 70. We reach up quite a bit as that warm air pulls in ahead of that cold front. And then Sunday, when that chance of rain comes in with that cold front as well. Then moving on into the earlier parts of next week, that rain chance sticks around with the highest chance being on Monday, but those temperatures fluctuating quite a bit until we hit to the middle of next week when those temperatures stay a little bit warmer. But keep an eye on that rain as it comes around and keep a rain jacket handy.
And finally, tonight's Carolina K9 features Coco.
Coco's picture was submitted by our very own producer, Abby Tam. Coco is a standard poodle who loves belly rubs and hanging out with her brother, Ashy. She's described as the diva of the family, and she's always willing to pose for a photo. So cute.
So cute. I love a poodle.
Me too, the little curls.
Little curls. That wraps up tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Caroline Smith.
And I'm Riley Hackett. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.